Today I'm going to show you how to do a simple Turk's head knot at the end of your braid, your makati, whatever you have braided up. This little piece sample is a 12 strand. You can do it with an 8 strand, a 4 strand. The whole concept is the same. If you look on page 29 of our How to Braid book, we have an excellent diagram of how this knot is made. So I have secured, after my braid down so far, I've secured it with a rubber band. You could tie it off with a piece of parachute cord, whatever. Just something to keep your braid so that it doesn't start coming undone. So I'm going to hold it up like this, and I'm going to arrange the cords into 4 groups. Now, if you're using colors, you're going to want to decide what colors you want with what. So this is 4 groups, and there are 3 cords per group. That's because I have 12 strands. So to start with, and if you have filler cords that you have braided over, they're just going to hang out the end here. Don't get them confused in with your knot. So to start with, I'm going to go around my thumb and lay it over the cords right next to it. You just kind of go around in a circle. And then I'm going to pick these up and go over the next group, like so. Then I'm going to pick up this group and bring it over this one. So then I've got the last group. It is going to go in where my thumb is. And down. So then I'm going to tighten it up a bit so you can see what it looks like. If I remove my thumb, here's what it's going to look like from the top. And you're going to tighten this up, getting your cords to lay flat. So there's your 4 cords, your 4 groups. Okay, now we're not done yet. So now you're going to take your hemostat and you're going to bring each of these groups in. They'll come out the center of the knot. So I'm going to start over here and go in the middle and come out here. And then I'm going to grab the group that's next, closest to it's right next. I'm going to grab those and bring those up through the knot. And if you're using mohair, it's the same principle. Okay, so now that's come out the center of the knot. Now I'm going to move around to the next spot right next, coming out here, and I'm going to bring up through the middle again these group of 3. You're going to do this until all of them are coming out the center of the knot. Okay, so here's this. It's going to go coming out right here, right next door. So now I've got 1 left, and so it's going to go right in here. So if you look at the pattern, it looks like a braid. Okay, so then we have to go back and tighten everything up. And you can just tighten it first with your hands, pulling it through, and then when you get it down to a certain tightness, then you'll want to go back with your hemostat and tighten so that it's very tight. But notice my cords I need to get those that they all lay smoothly. So you have to go work your way around the knot and get them so that they are laying properly. You don't want them all crossing over each other. So I'm going to go ahead and straighten it out and tighten it, and then I'll show you the finished knot. Okay, so here's the finished knot. Notice here's my rubber band that I had it tied, and here's where the rubber band was. So when you're tightening up your knot, you want to make sure that it's braided, or your knot comes clear up to where the rubber band was. So if you pull the rubber band back and you've got a lot of length in here that the knot's not on, you need to go back and tighten it so that your knot is right up against the end of the braid. You don't want it to be a long length of, say, this cord here and then the knot's down here. So notice how uniform that is. And with this knot, if you want to cover it with a rawhide knot or a kangaroo or whatever, if you want to build on that knot, this is a good foundation knot to cover and make a bigger knot using a different material if that's something you would like to do.